Potica is a beloved Slovenian pastry, cherished for its delicate rolled layers and rich fillings. Traditionally enjoyed during holidays and special occasions, Potica showcases the art of combining simple ingredients into a flavorful treat. While classic versions often feature walnut or poppy seed fillings, this recipe highlights a delightful walnut-apple variation. The addition of apples brings a subtle sweetness and moist texture, complementing the earthy taste of walnuts. This unique twist offers a fresh perspective on a time-honored Slovenian favorite. Potica is a traditional Slovenian pastry with roots tracing back several centuries. It holds a special place in Slovenian culture, symbolizing hospitality and celebration. The pastry is most commonly enjoyed during festive occasions such as Christmas and Easter, when families gather to share its rich flavors and intricate swirls. Potica's popularity stems from its unique combination of sweet or savory fillings, often featuring walnuts, poppy seeds, or tarragon, which reflect the diverse culinary heritage of Slovenia. Its preparation is considered an art, passed down through generations, making Potica a cherished centerpiece at many Slovenian celebrations. To prepare this recipe, you'll need a few essential ingredients for each layer. For the dough, gather flour, sugar, butter, eggs, and a pinch of salt. The walnut filling requires finely ground walnuts, sugar, and a touch of cinnamon for warmth. For the apple layer, select firm, tart apples, which hold their shape and provide a pleasant contrast to the sweet filling. When choosing walnuts, look for ones that are plump and free from any bitter smell, while fresh, crisp apples will ensure the best flavor and texture in your dessert. Begin by combining flour, yeast, sugar, and salt in a large mixing bowl. Gradually add warm water and melted butter, mixing until a sticky dough forms. Turn the dough onto a lightly floured surface and knead it for about 8 to 10 minutes until it becomes smooth and elastic. Place the dough in a greased bowl, cover it with a clean cloth, and let it rise in a warm spot until it doubles in size, usually about 1 hour. Once risen, gently press the dough to release air, ensuring a soft and airy texture for your final baked goods. To prepare the walnut filling, begin by toasting the walnuts in a dry skillet over medium heat. Stir them frequently until they become fragrant and lightly golden, which enhances their natural flavor. Once cooled, grind the toasted walnuts to a coarse texture using a food processor or a mortar and pestle. In a mixing bowl, combine the ground walnuts with sugar, a pinch of cinnamon, and any other preferred spices or flavorings. Mix thoroughly to ensure the flavors are evenly distributed, creating a rich and aromatic filling ready for your recipe. Begin by selecting fresh, firm apples and peeling them thoroughly to remove any skin. Once peeled, grate the apples using a coarse grater, ensuring the pieces are even for consistent texture. After grating, gently squeeze out any excess juice to prevent the filling from becoming too moist. Season the apples with a blend of cinnamon and a touch of sugar, enhancing their natural sweetness and aroma. This preparation will create a flavorful apple layer that pairs perfectly with the rich walnut filling. To assemble the potica, begin by rolling out the dough into a thin, even sheet. Next, gently spread the walnut and apple fillings across the surface, making sure to cover every corner for a balanced flavor in each bite. Once the fillings are evenly distributed, start at one edge and carefully roll the dough into a tight spiral. This process helps create the signature swirls that make potica so visually appealing and delicious. Handle the dough gently to maintain its structure and prevent the fillings from spilling out. Transferring the rolled potica into the baking pan requires a gentle touch to maintain its shape. Carefully lift the dough, supporting it along its length, and coil it into the pan to form a tight spiral. This helps ensure even baking and a beautiful presentation. To prevent the filling from leaking, pinch the seams and ends of the dough securely before placing it in the pan. If any filling does escape, simply tuck it back in or seal the area with a bit of dough to keep the spiral intact. Before baking, it's important to carefully proof the assembled potica to ensure a light and airy texture. Place the rolled dough in a warm, draft-free area, ideally at a temperature between 75 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Allow the dough to rise until it has nearly doubled in size, which typically takes about 45 minutes to an hour. During this time, the surface should become slightly puffy and spring back gently when touched. Proper proofing helps develop the flavor and ensures the finished potica has a tender crumb. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, ensuring it reaches the correct temperature before you begin baking. Place your prepared dish on the center rack to promote even heat distribution. Bake for approximately 25 to 30 minutes, but keep in mind that oven times may vary. To check for doneness, insert a toothpick into the center. If it comes out clean or with just a few moist crumbs, your baked goods are ready. Allow them to cool slightly before serving for the best texture and flavor. After baking, allow the potica to cool completely on a wire rack before slicing. This resting period helps the flavors develop and ensures the bread sets properly, making it easier to achieve clean, even slices. Use a serrated knife to cut the potica, which helps maintain its delicate swirls and prevents crumbling. For serving, arrange the slices on a platter so the beautiful spiral filling is visible. Store any leftovers wrapped tightly at room temperature for up to 3 days, or refrigerate for longer freshness. There are many ways to enhance the classic walnut-apple filling with additional flavors. For a touch of natural sweetness, consider mixing in a handful of raisins. A sprinkle of cinnamon can add warmth and depth, complementing the apples beautifully. Drizzling in a bit of honey not only sweetens the filling, but also gives it a rich, aromatic quality. Feel free to experiment with these variations to create a filling that best suits your taste. When making baked goods, you may encounter a few common problems. If your dough isn't rising, it could be due to inactive yeast or water that's too hot or cold. For filling that leaks out during baking, ensure the edges are sealed tightly and avoid overfilling. Uneven baking often results from improper oven temperature or placing your pan too close to the heating element. By addressing these issues, you can achieve better and more consistent results in your baking. Potica is a versatile treat that pairs beautifully with a variety of beverages. Enjoy a slice alongside a hot cup of coffee or fragrant tea to complement its rich, nutty flavors. For a more indulgent experience, serve potica with a glass of dessert wine, which enhances its sweetness and aroma. To create a festive presentation, dust the loaf with powdered sugar, arrange slices on a decorative platter, and garnish with fresh berries or edible flowers. These thoughtful touches make potica a delightful centerpiece for any celebration. Making homemade walnut-apple potica is a rewarding experience that brings together tradition, creativity, and the simple pleasure of baking. Sharing this delicious pastry with family and friends adds an extra layer of joy, creating memories that last long after the last slice is enjoyed. The combination of sweet apples and rich walnuts wrapped in tender dough offers a comforting treat for any occasion. Whether you're new to baking or a seasoned cook, trying this recipe is a wonderful way to connect with culinary heritage and delight those around you.